Hey yo, welcome back, and today we'll be doing the macroeconomic variable unemployment for Keep Economics. Let's get into it. Unemployment. Unemployment refers to the condition in which individuals who are willing and able to work are unable to find suitable employment opportunities. It is a key economic indicator that highlights the portion of the labor force actively seeking employment but currently without a job. Note: working age persons may not work but may be enrolled in tertiary education. They are referred to as economically inactive. The labor force. The labor force comprises individuals who are either employed or actively seeking employment. Components: employed. People currently holding jobs regardless of the number of hours worked. Unemployed. Individuals without a job who are actively seeking employment. And the formula is the labor force is equal to the employed plus the unemployed. Working age population. Definition: the working age population encompasses individuals within an age range typically capable of participating in the labor market. Age range: it includes individuals within a specific age group, often 15 to 64 years, depending on the country's demographic and economic factors. Exclusions: this figure doesn't account for individuals not actively engaged in the labor market, such as students, retirees, or those not seeking employment. Costs of unemployment. Economic costs. Lost output. Unemployment leads to a reduction in overall economic output as productive potential remains untapped. Lower consumer spending. Unemployed individuals often cut back on spending, impacting businesses and further reducing economic activity. Social costs, poverty, and inequality. Unemployment contributes to poverty and widens income inequality, affecting societal well-being. Health and well-being. Joblessness can lead to mental health issues, stress, and low overall quality of life. Government costs. Increased welfare spending. Governments may or must allocate more resources for unemployment benefits and social assistance programs. Reduce tax revenue. With fewer employed individuals, tax revenues decrease, impacting the government's ability to fund public services. Skill erosion. Loss of skills. Prolonged unemployment can result in a loss of skills, reducing the employability of individuals in the long run or long term. Diminished human capital. A workforce with eroded skills hampers a nation's overall human capital development. Figure 7.1 shows that more than essential for unemployment, and that is for the US. Well, it's from the US Department of Labor, Bureau of Labor Statistics. On the y-axis, we have the unemployed as a percentage of the labor force, and we have from 1890 to 2020. And we see here the spikes and lows of unemployment. We have the panic of 1893, touched off by the bankruptcy of Philadelphia and the Reading Railroad. Then we had the bank in pandemic of 1907, then the Great Depression and the Persian Gulf War. And usually, guys, anytime there is a war, we see that there is a drop in the unemployment level. That's why most people will say that war is business. So yes, and we don't have the line for 2020, but I will guarantee you that there was a high spike in the unemployment level for the US at that time as well. So yes, we had the Vietnam War, the dot-com meltdown, all of this good stuff. Figure 7.2, adult population. That is for the US again. Unemployed 7.3 million, employed 145.4 million, not in labor force. 78.2 million. Unemployment continued. The rate of unemployment is expressed simply as the number of people unemployed divided by the labor force, which encompasses, again, the employed plus the unemployed times 100. And here we are. So the unemployment rate will be equal to the unemployed divided by labor force times 100. And we're going to use the figure for the US as of 2007. The unemployment rate, well, the number of people unemployed in millions was 7.3 divided by the labor force, which is 152 million.7 times 100 will give you 4.8%. Categories of individuals without work: job losers, re-entrant, job leavers, new entrant. Job loser, an individual whose employment was involuntarily terminated or who was laid off. Re-entrant, an individual who has worked a full-time job before but left the labor force and has now re-entered it looking for a job. Job leaver, an individual who voluntarily quits. New entrant, an individual who has never worked a full-time job for 2 weeks or longer. Discouraged workers, individuals who have stopped looking for a job because they are convinced they will not find a suitable one, no longer in the workforce. So I have a little activity. Write in the discussion, right? Write in the comment section or discussion section. Write an answer for this. How does the existence of discouraged workers bias the unemployment rates? We know the formula for the unemployment rate is unemployed divided by labor force times 100. So assume that there are 3 million discouraged workers. We're using the same figures for the US as of 2007, right? Why do we still have the same answer as before? So how does the existence of discouraged workers affect our calculation? You guys let me know in the comment section. Let's continue. Labor force participation rates, the proportion of non-institutionalized working age individuals who are employed or seeking employment. Claimant count, an alternative method of defining unemployment is a claimant count, which is the number of people who claim unemployment benefits. In most developed countries, this count may be used to calculate the rate of unemployment. The major types of unemployment. We have the classical, structural, frictional, seasonal, regional, technical, or technological, and international. Full employment and the natural rate of unemployment. Natural rate of unemployment, the unemployment rate that is estimated to prevail in the long run, macroeconomic equilibrium, that is, should not reflect cyclical unemployment. When seasonally adjusted, the natural rate should include only frictional and structural unemployment. The Phillips curve, inflation and unemployment. Introduction. The Phillips curve illustrates the inverse relationship between inflation and unemployment. Key concept: when inflation is low, unemployment tends to be high and vice versa. Explanation: during economic expansions, aggregate demand for goods and services increases, leading to higher inflation and lower unemployment. Conversely, reduced aggregate demand results in lower inflation but higher unemployment during economic contractions. Trade-offs and policy implications. Policymakers often face a trade-off between controlling inflation and minimizing unemployment. Expansionary monetary or fiscal policies may reduce unemployment but risk higher inflation and vice versa. Challenges and criticisms. The Phillips curve is not always stable. External factors can impact the trade-off. In the long run, a stagflation scenario, which is where there is high inflation and high unemployment occurring at the same time, challenges the traditional Phillips curve. Conclusion: understand the Phillips curve helps policymakers make informed decisions about monetary and fiscal policies to balance inflation and unemployment. Inflation. Inflation is a sustained increase in the average of all prices of goods and services in an economy. Deflation. Deflation is a sustained decrease in the average of all prices of goods and services in an economy. Nominal value. Price expressed in today's dollars or current dollars. Real value. Value expressed in purchasing power adjusted for inflation. Measuring the rate of inflation. We have the price index, market basket, and base year. The price index is the cost of today's market basket of goods expressed as a percentage of the cost of the same market basket during a base year. Market basket, representative bundle of goods and services. Base year, the point of reference for comparison of prices in other years. So the formula for the price index is the cost of today's market baskets divided by the cost of the market basket in a given base year, times 100, of course. Table 7.1, calculating the price index for a two-good market basket. We have the commodity, we have corn and computers. Market basket quantity, 100 bushels and 2 computers respectively for the goods. 1999 price per unit, 4 and 500 respectively for corn and computers. Cost of market baskets in 1999, 400 and 1000 respectively for corn and computers, giving us a total of 1400. 2009 price per unit is $8 and $425 for corn and computers respectively, giving us a cost of market basket in 2009 of $800 and $850, giving us a total of $1,650. And with that, we can calculate the price index. Guys, remember the formula. So the cost of the market basket in 2009 divided by the cost of market basket in the base year, of course, which we had as 1999 times 100 gives us an answer of 117.86 as well expressed as a percentage. Let's continue. Real world price indexes. We have the consumer price index, CPI, producer price index, PPI, GDP deflator, personal consumption expenditure. Consumer price index, CPI, a statistical measure of a weighted average of prices of a specific set of goods and services purchased by wage earners in urban areas. Market basket of goods and services of typical consumer. Producer price index, PPI, a statistical measure of a weighted average of prices of goods and services that firm produce and sell, used as a short-run leading indicator before CPI. PPIs for foodstuffs, intermediate goods, finished goods. GDP deflator, a price index measuring the changes in prices of all new goods and services produced in the economy, broadest measure of prices. Reflects both price changes and the public's market responses to those price changes. And that is it, guys. See you all next time.